So I promise you I'm around for a long way. Girl, you are my sunshine, baby. Don't you go away.
Yeah, oh me, Ololufemi, Oremi, Alayoni. I love you forever. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. This is PlannedPath podcast. So good to be on the show today. Remember that we are your choice hub for book reviews and crucial conversations. So it's a good day to share this podcast with your friends, listen to previous episodes. And you know what? You can even drop in the comment section. Tell us any book you want us to review. We'll be glad to consider it. This podcast is brought to you by PlannedPath Consult, your choice of for teacher trainings, mental health trainings, for school growth consulting and everything that's to do with education. My name is Oluwatosin Mogbadunade, and remember that last week we started discussing the book The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Four Wives, and last week we spoke about Baba Segi. We did a character review, and we spoke about a lot of things regarding Baba Segi. And today we are talking about the first two wives of Baba Segi. So we are going to be talking about Iya Segi and Iya Femi today. So it's so good with Jesus Joy, with a standing ovation. Welcome to the show, precious Ella.
Your intro always kills me every time.
You didn't see that.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you. Welcome to the show, precious. It's so good to have you here.
So much. It's so good to be here once again.
Thank you for always. This is your third episode with us. It's like we will give you shares in this episode. So when we go,
yeah, I know, right?
Yes, so right today we are talking about Mama Segi Lola baby. Segi Lola baby. Okay. So we'll talk about Mama Segi today, and Joanna Schultz and Mama Femi. Because this book is long, if we say we want to do everything at once, we don't go slap like that. So yeah, let's have it. Mama Shegi, wanna go first?
Iya Tope is actually the second wife.
We're talking about Mama Tope and Iya Segi, right?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay. Well, for Iya Segi, I like the way she's being described as the scheming, because she actually schemed her way through that marriage. Actually schemed her way through the marriage. So the first thing I observed about Iya Segi is that, first of all, she has had, okay, so from her experience as a child growing up, she has had issues with her body. You know, she used to be like on the chubby side, what we all know as plus size.
Okay, body
but at the
dysmorphia.
time, yeah, something like that. So at the time, it was not appreciated, because it's just now that people start accepting, oh, chubby, you know, giving it a cute name, or plus size and all that. Yeah, but I believe I think at that time, it's believed that if you are fat, you wouldn't be able to attract men, right? Like if you're too fat, like that, like you're just not in shape, you're just in the best shape. So it's kind of like that for her. So she decided that, okay, since she does not have what it takes to attract the man, like in the area of physical looks and the whole beauty and everything, she decided to invest in herself. And you would see that right from when she's been like a young person, she has always been filthy rich.
Industrious.
That's always been filthy. Yes.
Women,
so she's been
men like men, women that have money. Don't get it twisted.
Right? So she has always been industrious. She's like, okay, what I do not have in looks, I'm going to get it in money. So yes, but the issue, our problem is that she
Sorry,
didn't
I
know
have
what
a
to do with
feeling
that
that if
money.
she didn't marry Baba Shegi, she would have probably been a sugar mommy. I mean, she has the money now.
Right?
I'm listening.
But she didn't know what to do with the money because according to the book, she was just keeping the money under her bed, her mattress, I don't know what it's called, or maybe mat, but where she sleeps. So the money kind of gave her a security that okay. So every time she comes back from work or wherever she goes to, she just goes to the bed, raise it, and like, okay, my money is there, I'm good. It just makes her feel good. So accumulation of money, accumulation of wealth was more of like to prove a point, to make her feel good about herself, since her body was not giving her what she wanted, right? So it was the money that was making her feel good. Okay, well, and this is where her mother comes in. I'm not sure she grew up in a household where
Like a stable
she
home.
had like the complete, yes, a complete
Feels like
mother
a
and
single
father thing.
mother thingy.
Yes, it was a single mother thing. I think her father left her mom for someone that was slimmer. Go through what I went through. I this, I that. I don't want to experience all that I've gone through. Men and this as much opinion that if you have too much money, men you'd rubbish shoulders with men and they won't want you, they won't be, because it's believed that men have to be the provider, they have to be the one having the money. So she's of the opinion that if you keep acquiring all this wealth, you won't see husband. And so I think she eventually takes her money and gives it to Baba Segi. At the time, Baba Segi was a struggling young man, right? So bringing it into perspective, bringing it into life, like
Context.
currently, I think that is a very one-sided way to think. In fact, it's a wrong thing to think that as a woman, you're not supposed to have money of your own. It
When
is a very,
the
very
time
wrong thing to think that.
as I was reading that part of the book, I was like, where is Coach Shola Adeshaki, my financial coach? Like, let her come and school Mama Segi.
Right.
I'm listening.
So it's a very wrong thing to think that, it's a man that's supposed to have the money, that you're not supposed to have money, or that you just go and then you become a burden to your husband. So as I believe that as human beings, we are supposed to have money. So if God had actually created it that way, then he wouldn't give everyone a brain. That's just like my school of thoughts, that each person has a brain to make money. You have your brain. If to say it is like that, God will not give each person a brain. Like he would be like, okay, you take for your wife. You take. Do you understand? So now
Exactly.
God, you have
The
your
fact that we
brain. I
have
have
brains
my
and
brain.
minds of our own means that we are supposed to be making
Exactly.
money.
So it's yes, it means that you can make money. So that is the mentality that she had. And as much as I liked that she was industrious and she tried to acquire wealth, this is where knowledge comes in. She did not know how to to use that money. She didn't know, and for her, it was like a way of self-validation. The money was just to validate herself that, okay, well, at least this area that I'm missing, this one, I have this one, which is a wrong mindset. Like we have money just because you try to make wealth or acquire wealth, and it's just for keeps. You're not trying to multiply it, you're not trying to invest it, you're not trying to do something with it, you're just keeping it there. What
You
if
know,
rats come?
it's only heaven that we can lay up our treasures and moth and kidney will not rot it away.
Exactly.
But over
That
here,
is it. If rats
like
come.
I was still telling somebody during the week, we're saying that we're having a conversation and we're like, even if you have $10 billion, the day you start pinching that money go finish.
Yeah.
So we
Yes.
should always be open to financial information, really financial knowledge, financial literacy, so that whatever wealth that God has given us, put in our care, we can multiply our
Be able
wealth.
to put good use to it.
Yes, and
So
like you
that
said,
is the area.
financial education is not for men alone.
Women alone. It's not for men alone. So it's not just for one gender.
Exactly,
It's not just for one
it's
gender.
for
I believe
everybody.
that everybody. Yes.
We all
So
have
that.
what it takes to make money.
Yeah. And when we put it to good use, so there's a part of making the money, and then there's a part of investing it and multiplying it and putting it to good use.
Exactly.
Right. So for Mama Segi, she just made money. She was just bent on, oh yeah, I need to make money. But she wasn't putting it. But I'm glad that eventually she realized herself and she tried. So that is where her scheming aspect came into play, where she schemed her way into making sure that Baba Segi allowed her to have a business, and then she kept on investing. And I think she had a house, she built a house that she put up for rent. She had shops all around.
Yeah,
And,
can I mention something?
and all of that. So
yeah. So but Mama
yes,
Segi
please.
reminds me really that anybody can make money. You don't even have to have all the education. In fact, you can go to school and not still have financial education, and not still have financial literacy, and not still make plenty money. You understand? It's very possible. Going to school, like literacy, like book literacy, digital literacy, doesn't always culminate into
guarantee.
Yes,
It doesn't guarantee financial wealth.
exactly, it doesn't. So that is like my first observation with Mama Segi. My second observation, like you said, is that our money eventually saved Baba Segi. So let me give you a background story. So recently I was discussing with somebody and we're saying that, you know what, the money that some women think that their husbands are earning and that is making them to become housewives and sit at home moms and everything.
They can make that money.
Yes, that money that they think that their husband is working and is earning plenty, that's the same money that some tech guys are making as single guys, and nothing happened. The world did not shake. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So as a woman, don't say because you saw money with a man and then you just now abandon yourself, your goals, what you're supposed to do in life, and you just start following man. That's really wrong, man. It is very wrong. It's very wrong because that money that you are not making as a woman, do you know what it means to make your money as a woman? This is not even me. I'm not even talking from a place of in case he leaves you. No, one day, maybe one thing everywhere could feel red for the man, and it's your money that will now eventually now save the family. That's a way to think about it. I mean, and we work for different reasons. That's one thing I like about Mama Segi. We work not only because of financial need, like some women will say, it's giving me money every month. That's not the work. Money gives you a sense of worth. Money gives you a sense of fulfillment, a sense of you're putting yourself into something. I can't just imagine, like, so after you drop children in school or school bus comes to carry them, what else do you do? I'm not saying housekeeping isn't honorable. I'm not saying there are no seasons. There are seasons in life where women have to do that, maybe after kids, like immediately after kids and everything. But on a general sense, like we're talking long term now, you can't attach your word to, because a lot of women that, if you notice, they have to, that the other women, they were subservient in a way to Baba Segi that Mama Segi wasn't, because Mama
Yes.
Segi knew she had options.
True.
She had options, and like no matter what,
Yeah.
and you know,
Gives you
Baba
this
Segi
form of
respected her
security.
differently. Exactly.
Yes.
Baba Segi respected her, like compared to the other wives. I had this
Yeah.
respect that this woman is working in one way or
Regard.
the other. Yeah. So as a woman, they say women are very wise people. I think so as well, because there are some things that a man may not see maybe in the moment, but over time, one's partner will come to see that this one was actually right to want to work. So that part
Yeah.
we can't remove that part from life. We can't just remove that equation. Work is honorable, and it's good for women to work.
Yeah.
Work in
Gives
ways
you this
that
kind of respect.
exactly, yeah. So housekeeping is good, but you can't just, I mean, with all the shege that all those other wives saw, you can't just spend your life like that. Yes, so yes, so Mama
Yes.
said, and by the way, right? Um, I like when women are smart and but in a way, I also think that as a woman, there's some shege that you don't have to see. There's some shege you don't have to see. If she did not marry Baba Segi, she won't have to be scheming. Women, sometimes
Yeah.
women put themselves in so much, we women, we put ourselves in so much like distress situation.
Stress.
And we now say, don't worry, he's the love of my life. I can handle him. You can handle Tiger. Hey, wow. Well done. You can marry someone that is a beast that is beating you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like there's some wala
Yeah.
that I believe they are just unnecessary. They are avoidable. Don't stress my yourself, my dear. Like leave the man, let him go. Like don't put yourself in a situation where you have to be with a man that you have to be scheming. I mean, I had one gist over the weekend that some women have to like lie to their husband because they are housewives, they are not working, and they depend on the mercy of and the
So
graciousness of the man.
yeah.
So every time they are going to buy anything, they have to always lie so that extra money can come out.
Yeah, or double the amount. Yeah.
Like, how long do you want to do that? It could make brain
Hmm.
at all. It doesn't make any kind
I
of.
don't want to believe people become housewives like forever.
People
Like
do. Some
God
people do.
created you and you feel like your purpose in life is to come to this world, create children. Yeah, it's very beautiful and it's a good thing. But there will be a time when these children are all grown up. So what do you do with your life?
And that's why a lot of them end up living through their. I mean, if you disagree with us, just let us know in the comments and we can address your concern. But we are just saying our own from the book we read
Yes, please.
and from our own life experiences, things we've seen. We don't think that women should be full-time housewives forever. You can even change your career, you can explore other things,
Forever.
but never work and
Yes.
never have your own means of income. It's like setting somebody up for failure. As in, the shaking the person we see,
Yeah.
go get part two.
Very avoidable shege.
Like
Like it's just like seeing a whale and just jumping right into it.
honestly. So I want us to talk about
But I,
about
but I think
okay, listen, we're listening.
that it's a culture thing, yeah.
Mm,
So it's believed that men are the ones that should provide, and and the for men it's an ego thing.
mm,
Remember that we said Baba Segi has ego and everything. So
mm.
if his wife is working, it will look like he's not able to provide for his family. It will look like he's not able to provide for his wife. And I think that's what he's trying to avoid. That I want people to see that I'm capable. I can take care of my family. Why are you working? Sit at home. I will take care of you. And so she had to. That is why she had to scheme to work, because if he's open-minded that, oh, okay, my wife's gonna work, I'm not sure that she would have to scheme. She would just come here and say, oh, baby, I need to start it, whatever, and she would not
Okay,
have
Baba
to
said,
see
Guinea
reasons to
baby.
start deceiving him.
I'm listening.
Yes, yes. Now she's the wife of his youth. So I want to believe that they would have probably called and said, well, but being an African man, maybe Lord, President General,
I'm on
that
the
kind of thing. Say, President General, I need to work.
Precious, go away from my podcast.
Yeah. So she won't have to actually scheme her way and try to deceive and do all of that, go through all that stress if from the start he's someone that accepts it.
Yeah.
So I think that also it is the man that made her become that scheming person to
Yeah.
a point.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to also say something, right?
Okay.
I also believe like Miss Iya Segi, she seems to be outspoken, that kind of like show plug for everything. We have those friends that
Okay.
they are Abi now, like they are the shop plug. If you get belle, don't worry, I will connect you. And
Oh yeah.
this
Those kind
shop
of people.
plug now, that's how I see her, right? So there's something that Tony Elumelu posted today online. He said, talent I don't have. I surround myself with people who have it. You must recognize your limitations, but make
Mm.
sure you are intelligent enough to support yourself with those who are
Mm.
better, those who are more
Mm.
intelligent in that area that you are. So I'm going
Yeah.
to say it in two lights. If you know that you've identified a weakness in yourself and you need help, please surround yourself with people that can help you understand, that can.
Iron sharpness iron.
Exactly. But on the flip side of it is also the observation that the loudest person in the room doesn't mean that person is correct. The person that seems sharp, these guys are like they're sharp. They collected money from the guy. They didn't have to sleep with him. They have all those schemes. That doesn't mean they are right though. The
Yeah.
person can be loud.
They are just able to prove their points,
The
to
person
make
can be
their
loud from
points.
morning till night. I don't rate the person. Because in my own opinion, this thing is wrong. It is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. You cannot
It's
you
wrong.
cannot bend it. You cannot change my mind. It is wrong. It is wrong. I don't believe you, and that's the end of the story.
True.
So that's something like we need to be wary of. People that are usually louder doesn't mean they're actually more correct. Imagine Bolale.
Mm-hmm.
He felt like Bolale was rebellious. It's okay to be rebellious at times. That I'm not gonna do shit the way you do it, man. And that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. So yeah.
That's it.
So that's a way to look at it. I think we should talk about second wife now,
Yeah.
so that we can
Okay.
round up this episode. Iya Tope.
The gentle and submissive one.
Hmm.
But do you really think she's gentle and submissive? Let's see.
Gentle. I think that she has low
Yeah,
self-esteem.
exactly. That's it. That's
It's
just
not
it.
gentility or kinship stupidity. You get what I'm trying to say? Oh yeah, no,
Huh?
I'm listening.
Yeah. So I do not exactly think that gentility is the right word to describe Iya Tope. I just think that aside from the fact that she's still very much a child at heart because um she was very young when Baba Segi came to marry her, when she was pawned, or how do I put it now? When she was
She was
given,
sold into slavery.
she was exactly she was sold in this time around, they sold into marriage. She was sold into the marriage thing. I believe that she was still very much young at that. She didn't know what marriage was. She didn't even know what it entailed. And being that coming into that household, she saw a mother in Mama Segi, and she just decided let me just go by the rules. Let me just go by what is happening. I do not want to jeopardize this thing, you know, knowing that she does not have a choice. She can't go back home. So she's not even given the option. She doesn't have an option that, oh, I can go back at any time. Unlike with Bolande, yeah, that, oh, I can decide to go home. She doesn't have a choice. It's just like when you are sold to slavery, you have started a new life entirely. No more. You're just like burning the bridges. Yeah, you can't go back. So she just like here, she has accepted her fate, and she already knows the kind of person that Mama Shagi is, being like the first wife. She's trying to exert authority. Okay, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, all of that. And like the only way for me to live peacefully in this household is for me to just obey. And talking about the self-esteem thing, I believe that she actually does have low self-esteem because she doesn't believe in herself. Remember that she's also uneducated, and Mama Shegi is also uneducated, but there's a stark contrast between both of them. Mama Shegi is the loud, boisterous one. Oh, yeah, but being also uneducated, the same thing with Tope, she's also Iya Tope, she's also uneducated, but she has this low self-esteem.
Personality,
Yeah,
and
she
then
has
our
this low
family
self-esteem.
experience. I mean, if they sold me out like that, all the self-esteem go evaporate now.
Yeah, that's just it. So I believe that she was just trying to keep the peace. That I don't want trouble. Let me just do this house now. I don't have another place to go. Let me just be gentle. Even when the idea of, oh, no, baby, go and find someone, sort yourself. She was like, fine and good, all fine and good. I will do it as long as I'm here. I'm not sent out, because literally she doesn't have any other place to go. She doesn't have any other place to go, and I'm sure that she was just like, let me just be good here. I think that's just one way of resigning to fate. So she resigned to fate that, well, I've accepted my fate. Whatever it
Can we
is,
talk about
whatever will
Iya
be.
Segi and Iya Tope in light of Bolanle's arrival? Like, how do you think both of them viewed her arrival, and like compare and contrast?
Okay. So for Mama Shegi saw Bolanle's arrival as a threat. That who is this? And Mama Shegi was very much uncomfortable with the fact that now this person is educated. She didn't really have a problem with Tokpe. Why do I keep calling her Tokpe? She didn't really have a problem with Iya Tokpe because she feels like we are in the same league, right? You're uneducated, I'm uneducated. I can boss you around. The same thing with Iya Femi. As much as Iya Femi is hot tempered and everything, yeah, Femi was not exactly a threat to her because, oh, we are all uneducated. But the major problem that she had with Bolanle was the fact that she's the educated one. And you see it in every statement that she usually makes that, oh, is it because you're educated? There's this word she used, you can't, is it bully me or something? Intimidate, yes, intimidate me. But looking at it, Bonali was not even trying to intimidate. I think the major intimidation for her was the fact that she was educated. Even Iyafemi that came with fire and brimstone and everything. I mean, if there's anybody that should intimidate anybody, it should have been Iyafemi.
Since she's the second, she's
Because
a third wife.
yes,
She's the one that was married.
yeah. But the issue that that Iya Shegi had with Bolanle was the fact that she was educated, and that was something that she didn't have. So it was more like envy. But Iya Tope was more accepting to Bolanle because she's like, okay, this woman has what I do not have, right? I would like to be her friend. If Iya Tope was allowed, I'm sure that at some point Bolanle started teaching Iya Tope how to read and write. But
Exactly.
Iya Shegi was like, no, that can't happen under my. You understand? So the way both of them reacted is very different. One, Iya Shegi was like, this person is a competition, is war, is fire, is everything. We have to fight. But Iya Tope was like, okay, I'll accept. I want to learn your way. I want to. So bringing it to life, right? When you see that someone is like way ahead of you, or maybe the person is doing better than you, it is the way that you position yourself that will determine whether or not you learn from the person or not. So for Iya Segi, she should have just calmed. If she had calmed and decided to learn from Bolani, I'm sure that Bolani would have taught them how to read and write. But she was like, oh, it's a competition, we must fight. Life is not really a competition. I don't even think that life is a competition. If
Exactly. Let's
somebody
go
knows,
in our own lanes.
yes, and if somebody knows what you don't know, what is bad in asking the person to put you through? Just like the way Iyatope was, willing to learn. This girl knows what I don't know. I would like to learn this. I like to learn how to write. I like to learn how to read. How do you do this? How do you do that? Right. But
So,
with Iya Segi, it was different.
so
So
question.
it's just two ways that we can react to it. And one way is the Iya Segi way. Fight. Don't learn at all. Just see it as competition. And then the Iya Tope way, okay, I accept that I do not know this thing and I want to. I'm willing to learn. So that's just how I say it.
Okay, so we have about 10 more minutes to go, so we have to wrap up. But I want us to talk about Iya Segi and Iya Tope in the light of bullying. You remember our first episode
Okay.
together was about bullying, and it seems like Iya Segi is the
Oh
bully here,
yes.
and Iya Tope was bullied. So let's have that, please.
She's the actual Yasegi is the actual bully.
You didn't see that analysis coming, right? I'm listening to you.
Right. Okay. So this just shows that bullying does not happen in the four walls of the school alone. Bullying can happen anywhere and in every sphere. Even at your workplace, your boss can bully you, right? So for Yasegi, she's the reason why I want to believe that the reason why she resorted to bullying was one to cover up her secret. You know, the secret of Baba Shegi being impotent and not being able to perform as a man. And she knows that if I don't bully this woman into doing what I did, our secrets will be exposed. So I believe that is one of the reasons as to why she bullied Iyatope into joining her, so that the secret is not exposed.
Okay,
Right.
okay. So, quick question as we round up. Sharon Oja recently got married, and she's alleged to be Ugo Inwoke's fourth wife. So let's talk about this. You know, there are four wives here in this instance as well. So let's talk about
Yes.
the issue of marrying, being the last person to marry someone that's got four wives. So what do you think? Is it like we all a lot? I didn't. Okay, a lot of people celebrated Sharon Oja as she got married to Uke as the alleged fourth wife. So what do you think?
First
Is
wife.
it a no-brainer that never get married to someone that's been married before, never get married to someone that you're now the fourth wife? Or do you think that in some instances it can work? Please, let's have this as we round up.
Um, I would like to speak from a personal from a personal standpoint. I do not think that I can I can be a fourth wife, right?
Fourth wife is
And
far now.
that's because that's because of this thing called unhealthy competition. You saw that the competition even went as far as they trying to poison Bolanle and it just backfired. That is what unhealthy competition can cause. So I do not think that I have the strength for any kind of competition whatsoever. And also I do not think that I have the patience. You know, it everybody is just wired differently. Some people can be, in fact, last wife,
Imagine
if
all
out
the
of
four
I
wives
mean
living in the same house and they are now all
in the
Gen
same
Zs.
God. I do not think that this thing can happen in like this time and age with all of these Gen Zs. It will be a Fuji house of commotion. It will be a Fuji house of commotion because everybody be like, "Oh, my mental health is at stake. Why are you talking to me like that?" You know, all that kind of thing. So I do not think that it's healthy to. I mean, if anybody wants to get married to more than one wife, fine. As long as the wives do not live in the same, I do not think that it's wise to put all the wives in one space. It's even dangerous because that's when one person will start plotting for the other person and try to all the books I've read that there are books too that talk about all this polygamy and all these things. It used to be a norm in
Mm,
our culture,
yes.
and it's just a normal thing for them to always put their wives under one space, like in one environment, and it doesn't always end well. It doesn't always end well. One wife is always trying to outdo the other. This one is always trying to, oh, my child is the best. Oh, don't, it's just always chaotic. So if at
Stressful.
all, yes, if at all, maybe someone wants to get married to someone that has been married, maybe they can live separately. Like
Maybe
there's
the
this
first
book.
wife passed on. Maybe it was a severe case
Okay.
of divorce. But second, third,
Or domestic
fourth
violence.
wife, habamana. It doesn't.
It's a no for me. It's a
It's
no for me. But then people can do it because they feel like, oh, especially if the man is rich. That is why we are advocating as a woman that you should try to make your own money.
like Mama
Try to make
Shegi, wise up.
yes, please.
Wise up.
Wise up. And some people they can even have the money and just want to marry someone that has been married before. I don't know. Some people feel like, oh, married men have this way, special way they take care of their wives. They know how to take care of their wives, something like that.
Oh,
But I
wow.
am not in that school of thought.
So you've heard it
Yes.
from
People that date married men, that's the mentality. Oh, they know how to take care of me. They know how to give me the baby girl treatment and all of that. And then another reason one can get married to a man that has been married multiple times is due to the fact that they've given up on love. That I can't see a man that would love me, that has not been married. So this one that is now giving and showing interest, let me just follow, something like that. So
so usually when people make decisions to marry people, polygamous men, usually comes from a
yeah,
place of hopelessness and low
yeah,
self-esteem and a lot of other
esteem,
background.
yes,
Exactly.
and just giving up. They've resigned to face that I don't think I can ever have my own
Please.
person.
My
Let
own
me
fate,
just
me, I've resigned to fate too, but my fate is to marry a very fine young man, rich and wealthy, that will build our life
yes,
together. Our fate is different, my dear.
yes, please.
Thank you so much for coming on this episode. It's so nice to
It's my
have your
pleasure.
yeah. It's so nice to have your thoughts on the second episode on this book we are reviewing, The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Four Wives by
Papa
Lola
says
Shoneyin. That is Wole Soyinka's daughter-in-law. Such a
that's
beautiful book. It's a good time for you to share this podcast with your friend. Share with someone around you that is going through something in this respect and they can interpret life through the things we are discussing. Please make sure you share, make sure you listen to other episodes, and remember that this episode is brought to you by PlannedPath Educational Consult, your choice of for teacher trainings, book review, podcasts like our podcast here, school growth consulting, mental health trainings in offices, in schools, for teachers, for parents, and even to discuss topical issues in education. We go to conferences and seminars, to discuss these issues. Thank you so much. This is Precious Ella. Thank you for coming on the show, Precious. She's she's an English language graduate of Lagos State University, currently serving in a British school in Delta State. Amen.
emphasis on the British school.
So you understand what we are talking about, because next episode we'll be rounding up this
Yeah.
book review and then we'll be moving on to some other juicy but she said Miss Bolanle, we'll talk about Miss Bolanle next week, and Mama Femi. Thank you so much. Precious, say bye-bye to our viewers.
Bye.
Bye.
Catch ya.
Catch ya later. Piao.
I will love you forever. My baby, my lover, and my best friend. I will love you forever.